Hey everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. It is time to update my Shop My Stash again. I like to do this every 2 weeks. Sometimes it ends up being 3 weeks, but this time I've been good. It's been about 2 weeks since my last Shop My Stash, and I like to do this to rotate through my collection, and I feel that by the end of 2 weeks, I'm ready to start choosing some new things. I really like doing this series just to keep me loving on my entire collection. I really do enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for being here as well. You guys saw in the intro what I'm drinking today. This is a really delicious oolong from Taiwan. This was gifted to me from someone. I have no idea how you can get it. All I can say is I highly recommend oolong from Taiwan. It's very good. And this beautiful little tea set with the painted little like goldfish on it. I got this at a shop in Chinatown in Vegas years ago, and I love it. Let's go through all the items I'm going to be putting away first. Let's perhaps do lip products first. First off, this is the lip liner I'm wearing today. This is the ColourPop Lippy Pencil, the shade, I can never get it, there it is, Beeper. I love it. I love it. I don't know why cool tones like this work on me, since I do have a generally more warm undertone, but for some reason this type of shade I really like it on myself, and I love this lippy pencil formula. In fact, I far prefer the lippy pencils to the lippy sticks. I would love to have a huge collection of these. I love them. But this is going back into the stash. My ColourPop Luxe Gloss, this is in the shade Slow Motion. I'm not as obsessed about this one. I felt like it's a little bit thick and goopy, but I do still really like it. Another thick gloss, but one that I really enjoy, this one from Glossier, the holographic one. Going back in my stash, I do really enjoy it. This little product from Seraphine Botanicals, they call it the Berry and Juice Vegan Lip Gel. I like it. It's nice and lightweight. I only wore it one time. This will eventually get rolled into panning though. This is one that needs to be rolled up? Well, used up, but I do enjoy it. And lastly, my liquid lip tonic from Kaleidos. This is, I think I say it every time I use it. It's one of my favorite items in my entire stash. It's like a My Lips But Better type of shade. It doesn't dry out my lips, and yet it dries down, and it's a beautiful lip stain type formula. And this is the shade Immersion, and I actually don't feel like I use this as much as I want to. So this I'm going to keep out to keep using. Let's do base products next. I'm kind of moving in like a random order. So I had two out in this last rotation, one of which was this Purito product. This is really pretty. It's gorgeous. It looks like the Misha BB cream. I think the Purito is more affordable. So anyway, I understand why people really enjoy this, but it pains me to tell you that this really makes me break out quite badly. And I had kind of an inkling it was heading that direction. Last time I used it, if I used it a couple days in a row, I would break out, but this time just one day, and it was pretty bad. It took my face several days to recover. So as beautiful as this is, I don't want to put it on my face anymore, but I do feel like I can find someone who would be able to use this, because for most people, it's a very popular product. It's just me who is apparently sensitive. I think it's the Sika product in this, because this is the Sika Clearing BB Cream. I tried another Sika product before that really made my skin didn't enjoy it. So I'm thinking maybe that's what it is. In any case, this is going into my little declutter bin. The other foundation product is the one I'm wearing today. This is from MAC. This is the Studio Radiance Face and Body. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so pretty and incredibly long wearing. I love this. It is really glowy though. Earlier this summer when it was extremely hot, this was just too much. I was an oily mess by the end of the day. My makeup was still on, like it didn't melt off. It was just very shiny. But now when it's not quite so hot, oh, I just love this. And I think I'm actually gonna keep it out to keep using it. It's a little too dark for me. I feel like in the depths of winter, I might hesitate to use it. But for now, I'm enjoying it. So I'm gonna keep this out as well. Let's do blush. I always enjoy my Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blush. This is a soft blush with like a hint of shimmer in it. It's just a very beautiful everyday blush that does make your skin look just healthy and luminous, but it's not too glowy, which is what I appreciate about it. But that's going back in my stash. This is the blush I'm wearing today. This is from Essence. This is the shade Befitting. It's beautiful. It's really pretty, so very much enjoyed using that. This is a single blush from Sydney Grace. This is the shade Belle of Georgia, and it came in a mystery bag. This is a matte blush, and I want to make that distinction because it is really powdery. It doesn't bother me, but I know some people, like you can see all the powder around the edges. I know something that would bother some people. Oh, I keep getting a hair in my nose. It's making me need to sneeze. But it's one of those where you just tap your brush and lots of powder just comes off of it, but it is a really beautiful, soft, peachy blush. Very, very blendy. So I enjoyed using it. Their satin blushes, on the other hand, that I've used have a very different texture, no powderiness whatsoever, so it must be just the matte ones. Then for the blush that I used the most in the past couple of weeks, I could not stop using this, from MAC. This is the Glow Play blush in So Natural, and you can kind of see how I was working the little dome off this past week. I just loved it so much. Highly recommend this formula. So all those blushes are going back. I had only pulled out one highlight this past week or so, and that was this MAC highlight. I'm actually wearing this today as well. This is the shade Double Gleam. I really, really like it. It's beautiful, but this is going back in my stash as well. And I think I had only pulled out one eyeshadow palette. Am I right about that? I might have to go back and look, but I think it was just this one. So this is the Nudes eyeshadow palette from Juvia's Place. And I admit I didn't even use the mattes. I started a eyeshadow panning project and I'm using all mattes in that project right now. So I didn't even touch these. I did, however, use the shimmers and they're so pretty. I really, really enjoy this palette, but that will be going back into the stash as well. Oh, I remember now. I'm so glad I remembered before I turned off the camera. So this Kaja trio, I love it. This is the shade Orange Blossom, and I did use each of the shades this past couple of weeks. I especially love this middle shade. Oh, it's so pretty. And I'm so glad I pulled it out. They're just so easy to just tap over an eye look and just bring it to the next sparkly level. And I loved having this out. Now let's talk about all the items I'm pulling out. I'm really excited. I can't wait to show you. Okay, so first of all, base products again. I'm keeping out my MAC Studio Radiance, and I'm also going to pull out my Misha BB cream. I don't think I needed to say much about this. You guys know how much I love it. This is probably one I will always have in my collection. It's just perfect. This is shade number 21. For blush, I'm going to pull out my Milk Makeup stick in the shade Work. This is another popular product. You guys probably don't need me to swatch it, but I will. It is a beautiful, beautiful blush. I really, really like it, and I have not used it as much as I want to. Does anybody else think about their blushes? I admit I think about my blushes. This is what I've been wanting to use. So I'm happy to pull it out. Here's one of the most recent additions to my stash, and I really need to get my thoughts on it. So this is from ColourPop. This is the shade Prenup. This is the Super Shock Cheek, and this is a satin formula, and I'm a little annoyed at myself for not getting a matte formula. And you can kind of see, maybe you can't really see, but there is like little bits of shimmer in there. I have yet to actually, fully, I think I've tried this one time and it just wasn't enough. So I need to pull this out to fully experience this. Oh, I should probably give you a swatch. The color is really nice, like it's a soft color. It seems like it'd be really easy to use. That's it right there. I'm also going to pull out my Bare Minerals Bounce and Blur blush. I had such a hard time saying that. This is the shade Blurred Buff, which is just a nude shade with a bit of shimmer. Just the right amount of shimmer, not too much. Yeah, it is just so nice. And then I'm also going to pull out my Patrick Ta blush. This is the Monochrome Moment Velvet blush in the shade She's Passionate. And it looks like I barely touched this. And for one thing, I have not used it that much. But also whenever I use it, I always put my brush like around the, oh no, now I can't think of the word, the raised part there. It's because it's so pretty. I want it to stay. Does anybody else do that? Avoid taking off the imprint. Anyway, this is such a pretty, pretty shade. I love that pink. Super, super flattering. Okay, so those are the 4 blushes I'm gonna pull. For highlight, I'm actually gonna pull a whole bunch of highlight because I got some in my Sydney Grace mystery bags. I haven't tried them on my face yet, so I apparently need to put them in my Shop My Stash to make myself do that. So first of all, here's a loose one. This is the shade Candied Peach. I think out of the ones I have, that just might be my favorite. That is just so, so pretty. And then also here in this little magnetic palette, I have 3 of Sydney Grace's pressed highlights. All 3 of these, I'm afraid that they won't work for me. They just look like they're just gonna be too deep. If that's the case, I'll either keep them as eyeshadows or give them to friends who have a little bit of a darker skin tone than me and see if it'll work for them. But I still need to try it out first to make sure. Okay, so here's the purple one, the pink one, and like the goldy champagne one. See, they are so, so pretty. My fingers are so pretty. Anyway, I'm looking forward to finally figuring out what I think of these. For eyeshadow, I'm gonna pull out a few things. So one thing I did get in my Sydney Grace order was some cream eyeshadows. I am wearing one today. This one, the shade Starstruck is what I have on my lids. It's really, really pretty, but I do have 4 more of them that I haven't tried yet. So I'm gonna put them in. Okay, so here are those swatches. Starry Night, Warm Glow, Cliff Jumping, and was this Blossoming? So I'm excited to make sure and use those. Also, I am going to, I put together a little palette of singles. So first of all, I have the shade I'm currently working on in Pan My Eyeshadows. And then all of these are shades I pulled when I was trying to dupe some Charlotte Tilbury quads. I actually did that in a video. I'll link it down below if you want to see the process in pulling these out. But I think this little quad here was the Exaggerize dupe, and this little quad here was my Pillow Talk dupe. And then I just added the one single that I'm working on. So I'm excited to use my little Charlotte dupes. And of course, this very pinky mauve color story is, it's very me. One more eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna pull up my Kaleidos Flower Punk palette. It's just so stunning. Every time I pull it out, I'm just like, ooh, I love it. I'm like, I have to use this before summer fully leaves again. I need to use these teals over here, these, or mints, whatever you want to call them. They're so beautiful. And then this is beautiful for transitioning into the fall. And I just love these tones all the time. So I'm really excited to pull this guy out. And I'm not usually one to keep the outer packaging of palettes, but I just love this one so much, so I keep it. Okay, lip products. In addition to the lip tonic that I'm keeping out, I'm also going to pull some little minis out. I just can't stop using these, so I'm gonna pull them out again. This is the Tower 28 lip glosses. These are the shades XOXO and Fire. I love them. Also, I'm gonna pull up this mini from Real Her. This is the gloss in the shade Be Limitless. It's just like a little mauve shade. And then I'm gonna pull up this little chubby stick from Clinique. This is, I think, is a sample size. It's not a full size. I was trying to roll it up to see how much is left in there, and you guys, it's not much. Like, look. Like, it was brand new when I started it. Someone gave this to me and there's just that little much in there. So yeah, I think this is just a sample. But anyway, I do really like this. I have tried it and it's really, really nice. So looking forward to pulling that out as well. You guys, my hair is driving me absolutely nuts. I have a appointment this weekend to get my hair cut. I'm so excited. I think last time I got my hair cut, I told myself I wouldn't let it get long again. And yet here I am. It's really grown out again, getting in my face, doing its thing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope that, again, you have a super wonderful day. I will see you very soon in my next video. Oh, I just got super distracted. I said I'll see you soon in my next video and about to say bye, and then I got distracted out the window. Okay.